Hello and welcome to the Tech Bros podcast. The bros are back. The boys are back in town. It's all happening. Everyone's excited.
Oh, yes.
I'm Raj, and I'm here with Egerton as usual. Hi, Eggs.
Good evening, everyone.
How's it going?
Yeah, things all good, all good. Keeping safe as per normal. You?
Yeah, not too bad. We shouldn't assume that it's evening because people could be listening to this at some other point in time or day.
I always think of that and I'm like, should I just say good evening at the time of recording?
You've given it away that we record in the evenings.
Not always.
I don't know. I think we've always recorded in the evenings, haven't we?
Majority of the time we have, yeah. Majority of the time.
I think we may have done like a weekend, like Sunday one, which was in the afternoon.
Yeah.
But generally we're evening folk. We're late owls. We're night owls.
Yeah. Yes, we are. That is true. That is true.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been saying a lot of words.
Oh. Is that how you're going to be?
I wonder what we're talking about.
Well, if you haven't guessed already, we will be talking about Wordle.
Yeah. So this is like the thing that's happened, I guess. There's a few things that have happened between our last episode and now. And one of the things that's happened has been the frankly huge rise of Wordle. It really kind of is incredible how quickly it's become a thing. So we should go back. I mean, I assume that everyone knows what Wordle is, but we'll explain it for those who don't know.
Yeah, so and if you don't know, it's the most popular word game of 2022, and I'm going to say it now.
Probably, yeah. Well, we should say it was released in October 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it probably took off really maybe the end of last year and then into this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a web-based game, a word game, where you're guessing letters of 5 letters long, and you have 6 guesses to get it in. And whenever you guess a word, you are told whether it's the right letter in the right position, whether it's the right letter but in the wrong position, or whether that letter is just not in the word. And so you then guess the word based on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And for me, because to be honest, I initially wasn't on Wordle myself, although I knew about it, but I really wasn't into, starting it and all that kind of stuff. Then my friend was like, do it. I'll do it. And then we'll see, who gets there, first. So I think the first one I did, I didn't get any of the attempts at all. It was just blank. No yellow, no green.
Yeah.
So that was my first attempt. And then, along the time, I was getting better and better at it. And now I do it literally as soon as it hits midnight, I'm on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we should say that this is a 1-a-day word. So you get a word each day, it refreshes each day, and everyone does the same word. At least in theory, we'll come to that. There's a bit of controversy, I guess, about that. But everyone should be doing the same word. Yes. And at midnight local time, I guess, it refreshes to the next word. And the way that I discovered it is, I think, one of the keys to its success as an app, which is that you have this share function which shares your how many guesses you got it in. So out of 6, how many guesses you got it in. But it shares emojis essentially of your kind of progress. So it shares green squares if you got the right letter, yellow squares if you got the right letter in the wrong place, and then gray. And so everyone has this grid. And what it means is you're sharing how you did in the puzzle, but you're not spoiling any of letters or the words.
Exactly.
So it's kind of, and and the way I discovered it was just seeing people tweeting these squares and not knowing, like, why is everyone tweeting these squares? And so, that's kind of piqued my curiosity, and then here we are.
I was like, what is this? I was like, what is going on? And it's like, you would think that, okay, one person's doing it, okay. But when you start seeing multiple people posting the same thing, I'm like, what is going on?
And I think that's the key to its success, is because people don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
They see these squares everywhere, and then they're curious, and they try it, and then they get it. Like, everyone's in on the joke, essentially, when they're all looking at these emoji squares and not knowing what the hell is going on. But that's kind of how it's happened. So it's pretty incredible because of how popular it's become in the time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And what I was going to say, also, with Wordle as well, that even now you're starting to get spin-offs.
Yes. So the kind of the spin-offs have been pretty funny, to be honest. So we have, do you have a favorite? So there's Wordle.
Yeah, Wordle. Yeah.
Where you're given the outline of a country, and you're told whenever you guess how far you are sort of geographically from the country that you're actually trying to guess.
Yeah.
There's Absurdle, where you're trying to like trick the algorithm. It's a bit more complex, but you're trying to basically trick this algorithm into finding the right sort of word.
Yeah.
And hot off the presses, just today, we now have Hurdle.
That was on my list.
I said before, there's new developments.
Yeah, and I was like, what is it now? Yeah, Hurdle for music.
Yeah, so you get played like the first second of a song, and then gradually you get more of the song, and you have to try and guess what song it is.
Oh my god! So it'll be good for those ones that if you're really into your music.
Yeah.
That it'll probably be pretty easy for you to guess.
And I think that's the thing. The fact that it's kind of easy to develop. Like, it's not a complex game. Like, you could make it probably quite easily, and so that's why it's been quite easy for people to make these sorts of spin-offs of Wordle. And I think that's then contributed to the popularity of the original.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do you have stats on you? Do you have stats of usership?
No, I don't. Funny enough.
Well, luckily, I do.
Oh. What's the stats?
So on November the 1st, 2021, only 90 people played Wordle.
Oh wow.
So this is November 1st, 2021. It was released in October. So it obviously didn't take off straight away.
Yeah.
On January the 2nd, 2022, over 300,000 people played Wordle.
Mm-hmm.
And then a week later, that rose by about 2 million.
Flipping hell.
So you can track, like, in a fairly short amount of time, we went from 90 to multiple millions of people playing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That is, wow, I don't even have words for that. Look how quickly. Words.
Words. He doesn't have words.
But you just see how quickly and how popular something got. And, it's a shame because I actually didn't write down who actually founded Wordle and who now actually owns the rights to it. I know it's the New York Times that kind of now owns the rights to it, doesn't aren't they?
Yeah, so this was developed by Josh Wardle.
Ah.
So I think he probably he originally made it as like a nice little pun on his name.
Yeah.
He's Welsh as well. Did you know he's Welsh?
Oh wow.
I didn't know he was Welsh, but he's Welsh, which is nice.
Oh, that is good.
Shout out to all our Welsh listeners.
Woohoo! And then did he sell completely?
Yeah. So the game was purchased by the New York Times in January
Yeah.
for an undisclosed seven-figure sum, and it then moved to their website in February. So the website now, I think the URL has changed to like New York Times something or other.
Yeah.
And I think he was very, I don't actually know, obviously we don't know the details of the arrangement, but his thing was that he didn't want it to be more than a one-a-day thing. He didn't want it to be something that people would be addicted to. He wanted to keep it as a one-a-day thing, something that was like quick and easy, which is quite refreshing in a way. Like, and he didn't want to put like a lot of, I don't know, other stuff into it, like that would just make it complicated, or other ways of like making money off of it. He was kind of wanted to keep it quite pure.
Yeah.
I mean, he's made like a few million quid off of it, which is like, it's pretty great, isn't it?
It's very good for him. And on the subject of money as well, I think the worry that people had was that when he went to New York Times, that eventually it would be something you will have to pay for to play.
Yeah, that's right.
So that hasn't happened as of yet. I'm hoping it kind of stays that way, because although yes, it's a very good game to play, I personally wouldn't put money towards having to play it every single day.
I mean, I don't think it's something that people will play in anywhere near the same capacity if it costs money, especially if it's a one-a-day. If it's a one-a-day thing, then what's the point? But we should say that also people had these daily streaks, so you could basically have a streak of how many days in a row you got the word right.
I think I've got my daily streak actually. Let me just have a look at mine.
Okay, what's your streak now? What's your streak?
Right. Let's see. My streak. Hold on. Here we go. Right. So I've played, I'll tell you my stats. So I've played 11.
Okay.
91% win. Current streak of 10. And maximum streak of 10. My guest distribution, 1 is 0, because for you to guess it in one word, in one is you're a magician. 2 is 0. 3 is 2. 4 is 3. 5 is 3. And 6 is 2.
Okay. So pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah.
So I should say that some people said that when they switched from the initial Wordle site to the New York Times site, that their streaks reset.
Again. Yeah.
That their streaks reset. I actually did experience that myself. So
no.
I wasn't very happy about that, to be honest. Even though New York Times said that the streaks won't reset, they did reset for some people, including myself. The
thing is, without actually making an account, it's very hard to say that your streaks won't reset, because when it goes on to a completely new system or completely new site, it's very hard to say that your streaks will remain the same. It's a different thing completely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. But I have 26 played. I have a win percentage of 100.
Oh.
And my current streak is 1 because I think I missed the previous day. I'm ashamed.
Oh dear.
But my max streak is 23, it says. And I do have a 1. I got it in 1.
How did you manage that? You're a magician.
Okay, so I'm gonna spoil I'm gonna spoil a past Wordle. So I'll explain the story. It's a great story. So one of the things about Wordle that's kind of inspired a lot of discussion is what you use as a starting word.
Yes.
There's a lot of like statistics, and you can basically run through a set of words and you can look at what's the best word for actually starting with, in terms of like getting a good coverage of vowels, for example. What are the most sort of common consonants? And so there have been a few different possibilities that have been proposed as what's a good starting word. I don't know what the current one is. If it's like train or something. because that has like A and I and R. I don't know what the current sort of. There's a few
Oh,
different possibilities of what like the best word is to start with.
right.
So as a joke, I said to some friends, "Hey, what about trove? Trove?" And they said, "You're an idiot because it's got a V in it. How's a V going to help you?" And so I felt I was being clever. And then I started with trove. And guess what? It was trove. And
No.
I felt amazing. And I said to my friends and I rubbed it in their face and said, "Ha, you said I was an idiot. I was right. Trove is the best
Oh
starting
my
word."
God. Imagine that.
I know, it was great. And then we were just talking about it. And the next day was Trove. It was the best thing.
Gosh. Oh, I'm gonna try that out now. Well, not Trove, but
No, don't try Trove. It's actually not a good word. But I switched when Trove is actually a word because I know it's not going to come up again.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Ah,
Yeah. Anyway, that's a tangent.
God, I'm really surprised as well. Like that type of words as well. Hmm.
Mm.
Oh
Some of the
well.
words have been so generally, if you look back, some of the words have been a little bit. There have been some discussion. Some people saying that since they moved to New York Times, the words have gotten more difficult.
Yeah.
Um, but what do you think? Because it's hard to really judge, but I'm not so sure. What do you think? Have you noticed?
Well, I think on some days the words are pretty bad.
Mm.
They're like, it's not it's like words that you just wouldn't even, use. I think that's what happened to me on the first day actually. Like it came up with some like weird words. And I was like, where do we even use that in the English dictionary?
I
Oh,
think the one I remember was cork, Caulk.
no, I've not had that one.
So that one I actually didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
But I realize now it's the thing that's you. It's like the white substance that's used by, I guess like welders.
Hmm.
You like put it in walls. That sort of you have that tube, that white sort of paste that you use for like joining stuff.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
used to it's used to like seal like a bathroom, like like when where your bathtub like goes into the wall. There's like
Gauze, yeah.
the white thing. So that's cork. I didn't know that, but now I do. So that's
But
nice.
but cork, we because I would have thought that it's called sealant
Hmm.
or grout.
Oh, grout. Yeah. What's grout then? Well, I guess this is a good question. Let's learn about some
Yeah.
words, folks. Oh no, so grout is generally a mixture of water, cement, and sand. So I think grout is like used for bricks and stuff.
No, you
Oh
use it
no,
in the
wait, hang on. How to
bathroom.
grout tiles?
Yeah, bathroom tiles.
Oh, you know what? I think grout does a similar thing, but it's a different
Hmm.
substance.
Hmm.
But I'm not so sure. Yeah, okay. I think they're very similar, grout and cork.
I wonder.
Anyway, that's another aside.
Yeah, another tangent. And also, I think there was another discussion about American words.
Yes, very touchy subject. I
Yes.
remember. So I think it was honor or color or something like that. I was very
Yeah.
angry when I saw that. Not how you spell honor.
Oh God. Yeah, I know that really hit a nerve with a lot of people.
Well, people in the UK.
Yes.
Well, those outside of, I guess, America, those who use American spellings and that sort of thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
they were fine with it, but we were angry.
Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. Well, I think to be honest, I haven't seen I haven't had any that's had the US spelling anyway, so I've been okay for now.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should say that Wordle did start as English, but it has since been adapted into lots of different languages, which is great. Um, including some, some lesser spoken languages like Maori and Yiddish and Occitan
Oh
and Czech.
wow.
All sorts of languages it's been adapted to, which is great. Lots of people being able to take part in it.
Mm. Oh wow. That is pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm just thinking that if we were using it for, let's just say, Ghana, Twee, I don't think it will work for us.
Would it not work? Why not?
No, because we've got, I think, some of the spelling it's like a number three,
Mm.
but because Wordle you can't put numbers in there.
Well, is it like, because I guess you have a character that looks like a free in Russian,
Yeah.
and in sort of Cyrillic script you have like a free sort of written
Mm.
character. So I feel like you could. How many letters are there in the Twee alphabet?
Oh, that even asked me. I did not know.
Okay, that might be an issue then.
Yeah,
Okay.
that I do not know at all, and I really should know. And I'm sorry to all my Ghanaian listeners that expect me to know Twee. I don't know it that much. I don't speak it per se. Oh dear, what have I got myself into?
Oh no, everyone, people aren't going to be happy that you said that.
I should have done disclaimer at the start. Disclaimer.
They're like, you what?
Oh dear. I shall find out, and I'll put it on the next podcast.
I mean, one of the things I'm looking at is that they've apparently adapted it to Chinese, but that has a lot of letters in its
That is a
alphabet.
lot of letters.
So I don't actually know how they've managed to do that, because I guess with English you have 26. It's like a decent number,
Yeah.
and you have like your vowels and your consonants. Like it makes sense. Like you can sort of in 6 guesses you can generally reduce it down into the letters that are left,
Yeah.
and then figure out what the word is.
Yeah.
But I don't wonder how it works with words with that many letters in its alphabet.
Perhaps Chinese slang.
Could be like that. I guess if it's only 5-letter words, maybe that kind of simplifies it a bit as well.
Yeah. I wonder.
Oh, I see. I think it's like done by it's done by sort of certain characters, I think.
Oh.
Just looking at it now. Many players are saying that domestic versions are trickier and more difficult than the original English word game.
Of course it will be.
It does look like it's probably more difficult.
Of course.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. But anyway, if you speak languages other than English, it seems like there's a lot of different options out there, which is great.
Yeah. Yeah. Let us know how different it is to the original version. We would like to know.
Was there anything you had? Because there's one other thing I want to talk about.
Oh, and that is?
So one of the things that happened with our guy Josh Wardle, he wanted to keep this quite pure. He wanted it to be like a 1-a-day thing.
Yeah.
And in the wake of things that get popular, you tend to get a lot of clones, especially with stuff that's quite easy to develop. And so a number of clones appeared on mobile app stores.
Oh.
That were trying to be like the same. They basically are the same thing.
Yeah.
But they were supported using ads. They were actually making money off of people who downloaded the app, not necessarily knowing that Wordle actually doesn't have an official app.
Yeah.
And so you had all of these clones that sort of came in, and it reminded me of do you remember 2048?
Oh, that one that you match 2 cubes together of the same number.
Yeah.
Or was
so
it
2048?
2 or 3?
Yeah, so 2s. You matched them together. That's
Yeah.
actually a clone of a mobile app called Freeze. That is actually it's actually better, because all of the different numbers have like faces, like they have character to it. was 2048 is very lazy, but that's the one that became popular.
Yeah.
And I guess you see that again with like Flappy Bird, for example. Like
Oh
there were all
yeah.
these clones that came up from that. And so I think there is kind of a problem with, particularly with mobile apps where, things that become popular, you get clones very quickly.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it does sort of detract from the original developers who create these original works. And then some of these clones come in and take a lot of the credit and some of the money as well.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily know what to do about that, but it is something that makes me feel a bit, I don't like it.
Yeah. To be honest, the unfortunate thing is without the individuals actually going and going probably potentially through the courts and getting those taken down, there's nothing they can really do with that, because Apple and Google will always accept that as long as it's a game that falls within the parameters. They will still accept it, even if it's a rip-off of another game.
Yeah, because being a rip-off of another game doesn't infringe on any codes of conduct or any rules of actually putting apps on the store, right?
Exactly.
So there's no reason they have currently of rejecting that.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the unfortunate thing. I think it's something that, unfortunately, in this day and age, unless the laws happen to change, that is something that you just can't prevent.
But it says a lot about like the fact that this guy wanted to keep it as a one-a-day thing, not have any ads in it. And then you had these apps that were developed where they did have ads and they did allow you to play multiple times, where you could maybe just spend lots of time, waste a lot of time on the app.
Yeah.
When he said he didn't want it to be something that people became addicted to. And so it kind of says a lot about mobile apps and about how it's rare that things are done in the way that Wordle's been done. And it's a bit sad in that sense, that you wish that others took that sort of thing seriously, of not having terrible ads. Like, ads on mobile apps are awful.
Oh, they're awful. And unfortunately for me, and yeah, people are going to kick me for this, that some of them, if I really like the game that much and it's got ads, I actually pay to take the ads away.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, well, it's okay. However, it's just like, why would you pay?
No, but I think that's probably a better way of supporting the developers anyway. I don't think they get a lot from ads.
No.
I mean, I guess you've sort of had a bit of experience of like AdSense, for example.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get a lot of ads. And so at least if you get like a good chunk of money from someone who buys the app, that's probably a better way of supporting them. And if it gets rid of the annoying ads, then I'd say that's worth it.
That is true.
Have you played Among Us?
I have.
Yeah, so Among Us is free, and I think does have some ads. And there's another version of it which is like £3.50 or something.
Yeah.
I paid for it, and then you get like other hats, you get a pet, and there's no ads. And it's just nicer to play it like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's kind of good that, it's kind of cheap to get rid of the ads. I think that if it was going like £5 or £10 to have like a complete ad free, then I'll be like, no.
Yeah. Like, yeah, generally if you have to pay, if there is an option to pay, it's not that much. And I think if you play the game a lot, like if the app is meaningful to you, you can drop a few quid just to pay for it. I mean, it's like the cost of a coffee.
That is true. That is
true. So, I think that's fine. Like, support the things that you like, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Wordle.
That's Wordle. We said a lot of words.
Yeah.
On Wordle.
Oh my God. Oh dear.
Anyway, I did today's in 2. Have you done today's?
I have done today's one. I did it in, what did I do it in? I did it in 4.
You have been best today.
Yeah, I did. I think I kind of got a bit thrown off because Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop it there because I'm thinking that if I say any more, I might spoil it. No, actually,
But
no,
by the time the
no.
episode
But
goes out,
exactly,
it won't be the word that
it
it
won't
is
be the
today.
word. Yeah, I just remembered that. Okay, so should I say the word then?
Go on then.
All right. So today's word was sweet.
Yeah.
But what threw me off is that it was two E's. And usually I
Mhm.
think, yeah, the letter's not gonna show up twice, right? So I'll tell you how I got to sweet. So my first word was free.
Okay, yeah.
Then I had gleet.
What on earth is gleet?
I don't know, GLEET. I don't know what that is, but it's
Oh,
clearly a word.
but you just sort of were randomly putting words that sounded like words in.
Yeah, and I accepted it.
Okay.
Then my next one was tweet.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then when I saw that WEET was all green, and I was like, there's nothing else that could work apart from S.
Mhm.
That's how I got sweet.
Very good.
Yes.
So I had a discussion with the same friends when I said that trove was a good starting word, and then I said, what about jewel? JEWEL.
Oh yes.
And they said that's terrible because it's got a J and a W. And look at this, a W and an E and an E. It gave me an
Mm.
two. So I'm just great at Wordle. I'm the best. By the way, I recommend not to look up the word gleet.
Oh really? Oh, okay. Do we have
Well, I mean, it's a word,
I didn't know.
but I'm
Let's see.
I'm amazed that's what it actually is.
Let's see.
I'm not going to say it in the podcast, but that's what it is.
You know what? Raj could actually see my face right now
Yeah,
because I'm actually reading it.
He's shocked.
Oh my god!
I can't believe that's what it is.
I didn't even know myself, but yeah, I will not be repeating it on this podcast. It's something
It's
that's no
so
one needs
strange
to know.
that's a word. It's a medical word. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's a
But
medical word.
it's not a word that you would know. I
Yeah.
guess. Unless you've had a really bad experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh dearie me.
God. All right. So, should we go on to subject number 2?
Are we doing it in one? I thought we were doing one episode.
Oh yes. You know what? The thing is, we've not done it. We haven't done this for a while.
Yeah.
So we've actually forgotten.
So we used to have a format,
yeah, we
listeners,
did.
where we do multiple topics in an episode, but then we changed to one topic per episode. And
yes,
I think that's pieces. Better.
Yes, bite-sized pieces.
Yes. So we're going to do one topic.
Yes. Okay. So, did you have anything else to add?
No, I'm done. That's it. I can't believe that we had to look up gleet.
Oh my god. Well, on that matter, we will close it here.
Let's end it there.
Well, as always, I've been Egerton.
I've been Raj.
And thank you for listening. We hope that you like, comment, and subscribe, and share.
Do all those things.
Yeah, do all those things. It does help. Getting our content out there.
You can tweet us, but just don't gleet us.
Oh.
You can cut that one out, I guess. See you later, everyone.
No, I'm leaving it in there.
See you later, everyone. Bye.
See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.